minutes right now, but we want to know you more. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone. For Chief Executive Officer, and Executive and our fellow leaders, agency managers, senior unit managers, and unit managers. I feel so privileged to know, Mr. Mark, that I am given this kind of opportunity to share with you what really happened.
Yes.
From day one, when we become so serious about manpower with please allow me to share some of the background about it. I joined in this company in 1984 because during that time when my family is already growing, we have two children, napasilihan, yung youngest, I realized that the needs of my family at the same time was already growing. I work as an employee of a cargo forwarding company. And when I asked a fellow employee in the cargo forwarding company that I am working with, he suggested that why don't you try selling life insurance on a part-time basis. Eh, wala pa tayo masyadong idea about it. So sabi ko, kasi nag-testify siya about his brother-in-law who happens to be the agency manager during that time of Pilong Life, the Carlos Suyati. I know some of our fellow managers can know him. Rest in peace. So, yun na, that started it for one Saturday. I attended a training. And then during the training, I cannot forget the training manager, Albert Masagnay. He emphasized something about hazards in life. He mentioned that there are two hazards in life. One is dying too young, and the other one is living too old. So, na-mention niya na every couple has a dream in life, and they work for it, and they almost always succeed when until one day something happens to the breadwinner, and everything changes. Makarelate ako dyan because nung mamatay yung father ko, I have 10 siblings. I am the eldest. So during the time when my father died, together with the income, nawala din. So I have to stop schooling kami lahat. And I have to really find work para ma-sustain. So I have to assume the responsibility at that age, early 20s. Not only as the eldest brother to my sibling, but at the same time, parang the father of the family. And ano pa dyan, when I was working, I got married early. So nagkaroon ng maraming responsibility. So no opportunity na mag-sideline sa life insurance agent. So I really grabbed that, and then nakarelate ako because importante pala insurance because it happened to us. Kung whatever happened sa pamilya na hindi financially prepared. So yun ang pinaka-ano ko, nagiging driver. That I have to convince my co-employees to get. And then I can still remember the first commission that I received then with a quarterly of about 240 pesos.
Ang laki.
During that time, quarterly, yun ang first business ko. And I received a commission of around 40%. So less than 100 pesos. Yun ang first commission. Nagkaroon lang break because we have a regular exporter na Chinese. Ship out ng mga tuna going to Japan, and then I was able to convince them. Cut the long story short, kumuha, and then they paid two couples, apat sila. Kumuha, and then they paid a premium about 60,000, which provided me almost 30,000 commission, kasi almost 50% na commission during that time. So, nakita ko ang opportunity. Yung trabaho ko na sweldo is only 8 pesos a day. Yes, imagine, in 1 month's time, meron lang ka lang 2 days. Yung kinita ko na almost 30,000 is equivalent to almost so many years of working. And that's the reason why, by late of 1983, I made a very crucial decision in my life I resigned from my job. As an employee of a cargo property company, the name actually is Allied Airfreight, and then became a full-time life insurance agent. But all the while I thought na parati yung makapos tayo, hindi pala. Hindi pala. So yun lang pala, first time ko sa kiting, the last time. So balik na naman sa mag-post ka ng pakunti-kunti, quarterly. So since nandun na ako, so I have to make it good kasi wala naman akong choice.
Right. Nag-resign na.
Naging full-time na life insurance agent na ako. So, meron talaga ako inclination even during that early that I have to organize myself and become a leader.
Right.
And
Were you a leader back then? Tungkol sa...
I was a supervisor,
Okay.
an airport supervisor, may maliit na sa ako.
Hmm.
So, meron akong kunting nalalaman about leadership. So, when my agency manager, Kuya Tim, convinced me to develop my own team, I immediately grabbed that opportunity. Sabi ko, sige, so what happened is, by the following year, in 1985, after working it out and qualified for the position,
Manager.
I became a unit manager. So, yun. Pero, iba kasi the way we actually look at our career, ang intensity hindi pa masyadong paano. Pero despite of that, ang nakapagano talaga sa akin, inspire sa akin na to aspire for a higher position to become an agency manager is because I look at our mga models sa Manila.
Yes.
Even during that time, malalaki na masyado sila yung agency manager, district manager, Gani Antonio, isa sa model ko. No?
Is he still here?
District manager, Lolo del Mundo.
Yeah.
Kahit hindi pa natin nakikita parati sa Davao kayo, pero parati natin nakikita sa mga ginagawa kasi sila mga sample, model. And we learned that they were making so good. So eventually nakita ko, and then meron isang commonalities sa mga successful natin na leaders. All of these leaders have a big agency force.
Yes.
Recently, nag-usap kami ni Manager Antonio, sabi sa akin, dalas, ang pinaka-kami daw niya na unit manager, ang kamo to siya, kain ka. Yung time na yun, naging more favor siya. Parang consecutive 10 years na nagiging top agency siya ng kumpanya. So yun ang mga nagiging model natin. Kaya sabi ko, very important talaga na marami. Pero, hindi ako serious, hindi ko win-work out yun. And when I was appointed as an agency manager in 1996, just to fulfill that requirement of 3 leaders, 3 unit managers, hanggang doon lang ako. Hindi na ako na-aspire ng karamihin pa. So doon lang, komportable na. Tama-tama lang.
3 managers.
Ayaw ko na 3 managers. And then, kung every year in, year out, hanggang ng qualification requirement, para ma-maintain lang yung position mo as agency manager. Now what happened, medyo sometime in early 2000, medyo nagkaroon ng shift ng priority natin. Nag-enter ako into multi-level marketing networking. So nagkaroon na nasira yung track ko. And that's the reason in 2005, kasi sinama ko sa multi-level marketing networking with mga leaders ko.
Ikaw na-recruit. Ayun na-recruit.
In 2005, dalawa sa mga unit manager ko narinig.
Yes.
And because of that, kasama agency manager nila kasi isa na naman na iwan.
Yes.
I was relegated back to a unit manager in 2005. Yung naiwan na unit manager, si Erwin Balante, pareho kami. So we belong to the direct, wala na akong ginagawang bali doon sa kanya. So at that point, nasa crossroad ako.
Yes.
It's either that I have to content myself, remaining as a unit manager all throughout in my career, bilang like a time, or I have to try again and ask the management to give me a chance to reconsider if I will aspire again and work it out to qualify again as an agency manager. During that time, kinausap ko na si Beko. Sa Domingo, sa ano sa Domingo siya, agency. Umiyak ako sa kanya, sa harapan niya. Umiyak niya ako tuloy na tayo ng Mr. Christian. Nabigyan ako sa
President.
umiyak niya ako kay Miss Jane Desma. Kasi Miss Jane Desma napunta sa Davao during that time. Bigyan niya ako ng chance. So we visited sila. Kasi what happened is, before I was relegated, nag-argue kami ni Mr. Christian. So, isa yung lahat ko. So, particularly ganun. But eventually, with the grace of God, sabi na, sige, why not? So, try to work it out and qualify again. So, yun ang ginawa ko. For almost 2 years, I really worked it out. Meron ako isang unit manager. Ako unit manager. Kaya abot ako ng another 2 para mabalik yung position. Tapos complete ko na before my reappointment na in-arrange na, ibigla namatay yung isa. Si Erwin. He died in Mati, Davao Oriental. So mas masyadong maraming bad news yun. So doon na medyo na ano ako, kung I have to continue, i-proceed and work it out again para meron kasi we know lahat tayo magagaling kung how difficult it is to be one leader.
Yeah.
Amen ba? Amen? Amen. So, but eventually, I was guided by the Holy Spirit that proceed ka.
Yes.
So, kinausap ko ang management, sabi ko, wait for a while, I have to develop again. And that's why, in 2007, late part, I was reappointed again as an agency manager.
Hindi magaling nangyari, lahat na nangyari. Then starting from 2007 when you were appointed as an AM, nagtuloy-tuloy na ba yun? And what was the major contributing factor?
Sometimes God works really in a mysterious ways. No? Sometimes we will be always, no? We will be confronted with difficulties, challenges, not knowing na meron ng plano ang Diyos. Na kailangan natin ma-encounter yun para alam natin kung paano i-address yung leader.
Yes.
Kailangan natin makaranas ng mga medyo very challenging sa life natin, sa tree journey. Para that will serve as a stepping stone sa bigger dream that we would like to achieve later. Na pag ginaan natin yung mga ganun klaseng failure, it will strengthen us.
Okay.
Para sa Tagalog yung kapag-strengthen.
Matibay.
Ano daw? Matibay.
Matibay.
Nahihirapan ako sa kalisod. Okay.
Matibay sa atin. So, from that time, na-remember ko yung natutunan ko sa Limbra when I attended. Ang sinabi doon, ngayon lang nagkaroon ng meaning sa akin. Kasi hindi ko granted ito, pero ngayon ito ang isa sa guiding principle ko as we go on sa agency build up. Ang sabi sa Limbra, which I learned so many years ago, recruitment cannot guarantee you success, but by not recruiting, it will guarantee you failure. Amen?
Amen.
So, because of that, what happened, ito na yun, allow me to give you some history no, ng performance.
Yes.
So, that was 2007 that I was reappointed. By 2008 to 2010, so nag-increase, naging 5 unit managers. Kasi, iba talaga pag-intentional.
Right.
Yeah, because you really have to work it out. And then I know my experience, very, very expensive one, mawala ako as an agency manager. Doon ko nakita, na-realize kung how valuable it was, and it is now. Yung mawala na, just like anything na mawala sa'yo, na makita kong value na pag wala na. Isa kong ilaw, kaya kung granted ang ilaw, pag biglang mawala yan, hanapin natin yung ilaw. Pero, pag isang tao may prison, pinaka-importante sa kanya, yung freedom. Alam ba? So, dito, nakita natin, so, sabi ko sa sarili ko, from that time on, never again ma-relegate ako.
This issue.
So, actually, what we have seen now, actually, may process yan, hindi long term. No? Little by little lang, little by little. Because by year 2011 to 2013, from 5 unit managers, naging 6 unit managers na tayo. So ito ngayon average FYP. So on record, on record. And then by
And that's a 10 million difference in FYP with only just 1 UM na no?
merong kasi pwede kasi sa case size at sa number of businesses that was
Yes.
one. By 2014 up to 2016, nag-increase na tayo. Pero hindi ibig sabihin, it does not mean na tuloy-tuloy yung actually meron tayong mga relegation dito,
Yes.
nadagdagan na ng another year.
Yes.
So, up sa mga nawala. Kaya, practically hindi pa rin nakuwasan. So, tuloy-tuloy yung build-up niya. Naging 7 to 8 unit managers at saka nag-increase correspondingly, nag-increase yung FYP kasi kaya ang AI dati. So ito ngayon yung figures. Sumasabay doon sa number of mga leaders. Actually, mga power ko, so hindi na nilalagay, pero lumalaki din ang power dahil lumalaki yung number of leaders.
Looking at this, Sir, parang with the addition of new leaders, meron siyang direct correlation, of course,
Yeah,
to the effort, to the FYP.
Connected siya. Now, consider ko na 2017 is one of the most important turning point in my life and in my career because the year 2017, in January, I was diagnosed with a colon cancer. So I have to subject myself to a surgical operation to remove tumor in my colon, 9 centimeters this big, isang colon, isang tumor, and another tumor invasive na doon nagtubo sa aking urinary bladder pump. So bali dalawa equal the same size. No? So during those moments when I stayed in Cardinal Santos Hospital, and then eventually when I was discharged out and stay with our youngest daughter Megan's housing in Mandaluyong, 2 months ako dito sa Manila. Marami akong self-realization. Ang pinaka-importante talaga, that was the moment na bigyan na talaga ng Diyos ng pagkakataon. Na mga bagay, things that really matters in our lives. Pinaka-importante na. Number 1, na-realize ko in my helplessness. Even doktor sabi mo na medyo mahirap yung relasyon natin sa Diyos. Nakita natin na sometimes dadaan pala tayo sa mga ganito para makakita natin na we go to the test with the Lord kung how we can stay with Him even in these mga trying moments. Wala ka lang yung maano doon because even the doctors natin nila hindi na sila mag-aano cancer. So, everything have to surrender and trusted to God. Another thing, yung relationship with family. During the time when I stayed growing in Cardinal Santos, 24/7 yung wife ko nandun, baby. Nandun yung isang kapatid ko, si Mian, nandun na sa may bahay sila, every namin din, nandun, most of the time, nandun sila sa akin. Kasi may mga so many days na talagang hindi ako pwede magkain ng English na nandun because nung after the surgical operation, very fragile yung tukang, hindi pwede magkain. So, anything with food, IVs lahat. Hindi na makagalaw, tinalihan yung ano. I'm very painful. No? So, mga moments na yun, nakita mo, yun na lang mga importante. Pangatlo, your career. During the time, si Miss J. Lisman,
Former GAO.
Former GAO natin, si Overset, and si Mr. Ivy Campos, our president. Continue to getting in touch with me. Giving me comfort that they are there, especially during those moments, yung I thought na hindi na ako makabalik sa Davao. So, nakita ko yung value ng gesture. Saka na-realize ko na I could have done more sa trabaho ko. Kasi anytime na pwede tayong mag-go, all the while we took it for granted. Di natin na bigla na lang, na family wala ka na. So habang buhay pa tayo, do not squander that opportunity to work for your family. Especially for the people you are going to touch to secure and build your family. I know that most of us nakakita na doon how a family is being protected and preserved. Hindi ko displace pag may mangyari sa breadwinner. Lahat tayo kung sa experience na deliver the claim proceeds and also friends and relatives. So all of this, nagbigay sa akin ng parang sort of intensity like this.
Eh, ano, kuha na naman yung akwati ko sa kanan.
Maximize. That was in 2017 January. And the reason why, in the year 2017, ito ang nagiging performance namin. For the first time in the history, unprecedented in our engaging, we were able to meet 170 million. First time ako ganit 100 million. With a manpower of 157. During the time, 8 na yung unit managers namin. By 2018, dahil sa delisting, 143, wala kaming POM, so meron na-increase yung POM namin.
Added 2 unit managers.
So, nakaabot kami ng 118, and then 2019, 154, tuloy-tuloy na.
What led to the 8 UMs? Kasi agad-agad, may walo eh.
Kasi meron na sa pipeline na pinipipit natin for appointment. Kaya tuloy-tuloy lang tuloy kahit hindi natin alam. Ako personally, hindi ko alam. Kasi 2 years ago, nagkaroon ako ng sunstroke. Dahil din, nangyari, sunstroke ako. So, the more na naging buwan, nakita natin na hindi natin dapat i-base every moment na ibigay sa atin to work it out with our relationship with our family, with friends, relatives, especially our relationship with God and our career. Nandito na tayo, kailangan, because we know, pag i-work pa talaga natin, by the grace of God, ma-achieve natin kung ano man yung mga gusto natin mabuka. So this is the testimony. Now in 2020, thank you. In 2020, nag-increase again ng manpower.
This was the pandemic, 2020.
2020 pandemic na ito. Pero during the time na pandemic, may yung iba medyo hesitant pag-engage because of the situation.
Right.
Masalamat natin sa Diyos, because we really appreciate it very much. We would like to express this gratitude because during those time na nag-start ng pandemic, our company was able to immediately respond to the need.
Right.
In-upgrade nila yung technology, yung enhance mga natin,
selling.
Sa selling natin, nandiyan yung sa virtual, lahat we still meet with our mga teams, sa virtual, lahat ng portal, lahat ng facility na kailangan natin, yung time na hindi tayo pwede to engage face-to-face na i-provide ng kumpanya. This performance was a testimony of that support of the company. Pwede ba naman PIA?
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So, hindi pa rin kami napintuhan. 2020, COVID times, ganun pa rin. Na medyo napintuhan na yung namin, yung premium.
Productivity.
Pero example in 2022, we have reached to us many as 123 yung manpower, nag-increase din yung leaders natin. And then,
2022 was the time na parang bumalik na sa normal.
yeah.
But during the pandemic, you were able to build a pipeline of future leaders. No?
Kasi meron din tayo na talaga dyan, orientation. Actually, attract natin sa mga, kasi karamihan dito, puro mga organic at promotion. Meron na tayong intervention sa program na index, hindi ba masyadong karamihan organic at promotion dito. Nawala sa program natin. Pero we were able to still promote this number. And then, ito naman kayo gusto ko paragyan ng pasito ng 2017. During that time, I think, siya natin yung dito, si Christian Santos, at the same time, yung video namin, si Miss Kate de la Cruz, tulong sila, tapos especially yung mga players na tracking na rin ako binigay sa akin.
Digi maka.
So in 2023, mabot na tayo ng 28 unit managers. Ito ang 18. Sabi yung notice mo na kahit na pupunta yung MDRT natin,
Right.
dahil marami ang nag-abot pa tayo ng 100 million right one. So the numbers really matter.
Right.
Kaya natin. Ngayon,
Sorry.
ito ngayon, pagkita ko yung present na sa ano natin, performance. This was month of June, no? Year to date, ang-power natin ay 392. Meron tayong naka-pipeline na BOM count of 30. Sa ngayon, ang BOM count natin is 32 plus BOM count of 4, 36 lahat. And then AMP is 42M. For the year 2024, year to date, from January up to June, meron tayong 137 new recruits. And then for the month of June alone, we have a total of 45 recruits licensed yung advisor. Isang sa factor na natulong dito actually, yung pre-licensing.
Free license, yes.
Pre-license fee. Yung natulong, we were able to respond. Our leaders immediately responded to this offer. And then we learned na tuloy-tuloy pa rin sa extended na July, yung mga sama natin na leaders na dito, dito lang, I know that they are very excited to make this July another milestone for the agency.
So tuloy-tuloy ang recruitment and at the same time leader development.
By the way, to allow me to continue, Mr. Mark. Sa youth academic leaders natin for this year, from January up to June, we have already appointed 8 unit managers. Hindi natin na na-account na after meron pang apat, kaya actually meron tayong bagong 12 unit managers.
12 in total as of this.
Ito kasi, bakit masyadong nag-respond yung mga leaders natin to develop their own leaders na minsan ng isang ano natin, speaker, si Juan Pickup, manager. Lahat ng leaders namin actually yun din aspiration. Because ang parati natin i-emphasize kanila na pinaka-ultimate natin na objective dito, lahat tayo ay maging agency manager. Kulang kasi kung hanggang unit manager tayo. Dapat we have to pay the price. We have to work for it. They will be free. Kailangan mapapagay natin just like for us na naging agency manager. Talagang trabaho. Hindi posible yan. Why? Because I always, ito yung 2015 ito,
Ang bata niyo po dyan sa
ito pala yung ano namin, si Ma'am Carmen, si Ma'am Beth, ano po yun, Ma'am Eli, Ma'am Nas, si Ma'am Rachel, Akampon, and then si Chris Laling. Pero after a while, that was in 2015, by the year 2023, ito na yung mga leaders natin. Ito, by the way, ito na yung wala ako dito, isang guiding principle din ng agency. Sabi ni Miss Mumbate, leaders are not born, they are made, and they are made just like anything else through hard work. So sabi ni Mr. leadership kasi is a skill. It can be trained, formed, and developed. Which means, every time magkaroon tayo ng General Assembly, talagang parati kong parang pabalik-balik, pero sabi nila, lahat tayo pwede maging leader. Lahat tayo pwede matutunan yan. Hindi ako naniniwala na basta ng talent yan, ibigay. Kasi alam natin, merong talent na natin kami. Pero para mas ma-develop yan, kailangan train.
And you are repetitive kasi you just mentioned that every assembly How often do you conduct an assembly,
We
sir?
regularly conduct General Assembly for all.
Yes.
Yung nandun sa downtown, sometimes yung out of town. Kasi spread na yung ano natin, network. If possible, monthly talaga, unless na merong medyo ma-disturb yung schedule niya. Pero we faithfully do it. Anyway, may mga picture dyan, makita later. Ganun ang ginawa. Yung mga regular namin na non-negotiable na bali, sabihin ng agency habit, ipakita natin later kung ano usual na ginagawa natin.
But you're very repetitive doon sa inyong positioning that parang leadership talaga. So every General Assembly, pinag-usapan yun. Leadership.
Marami na rin ang usapan niya, lahat, meron kakayahan na maging leader. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, if you are given the choice, if you are in this business, as I have observed personally, that the people who stay long in this business, like the advisor, they will become into your leaders.
Right.
Bakit? Bakit mas tagal yung leaders? Because yung leaders are after developing or organizing a team. Kahit na hindi ka dispose, kahit na nagbakasyon ka, kahit na may sakit ka, kung makarelate ako because I stayed in recovery for a while, for so many months. Yung flow na income stream mo hindi magpupul because of copyrights. Yung mga moment na hindi ka engage, meron ka rin income. May advice ko hindi ka na nagbenta, wala na. Hanggang doon ka lang. So, ang leader, pag medyo, especially kung medyo maganda yung form mo na team, hindi po pwedeng mapigilan yan na hindi pa engage. Kasi mayroon kanya-kanya yung mga aspiration niya, may mga dream na gusto nilang i-achieve. Kahit na sabihan mo na hindi na sila magbenta muna, mag-recruit, hindi mo mapigilan yan dahil meron din silang mga sarili-sariling dream to achieve, to aspire. You know? So kahit na medyo relax ka, nakita naman natin, no? Kaya nakita itong mga leaders natin, yung iba, 80 plus na, 70 plus na, no? Yung in terms of tenure ba sa kanilang income stream na passive na lang, sabihin natin passive, hindi sila actually very, very engaged. Pero meron pa rin silang income.
Yes.
That provide, especially during those twilight years nila. Yun ang advantage na isang leader. Yun lang, kailangan you have to work it out, prepare for it by the time comes. Kasi nakita ko sa mga advisor, meron mga advisor talagang sustain nila, even at old age. Pero pupunti lang sila, karamihan, nag-stay ng matagal, leaders. Kaya yun parati lang sinasabi sa mga tao. No? At saka sinasabi lang sa mga leaders natin, each and every leader, meron kakayahan na magiging agency manager. Do not lose sight of your long-term objective. Pinaka-ultimate objective to become an agency manager. Kasi iba kasi ang agency manager compared sa isang unit manager. And all of us here, especially sa mga SUM at sa UM, meron tayong opportunity lahat yan. Alam mo ninyo, kung nagtatrabaho tayo sa isang opisina o kumpanya, tapos gusto mong maging office manager, you have to wait na mag-resign yung office manager mo bago ka magkaroon ng opportunity to assume that office. Hintayin mo, retire, magkasakit, whatever. Dito sa atin, kahit meron tayong mga agency manager dyan, walang makapagpigil sa atin kung gusto natin ma-equal sa kanila as agency manager. Amen? Amen! So it is up for the taking. Yun lang, kailangan i-work it out. So dapat ganun tayo. So ito na ngayon ang sa akuan, mga leaders natin, dito sa picture, this was taken last year, 2023.
Yes.
Meron tayong 27 dito leaders. Meron 3 dito na relegate na. Pero this time, nadagdagan sila ng next picture. Ito naman yung bago natin yung Julo appointed mga unit managers. Pero problema, more nung last part ng 2023 this year. Ito ngayon set up kung paano tayo
This is
sumami.
the org chart po baga.
Ito na mga decision chart natin. So we will see no, hindi lahat nakadirect yan sa mga leaders na develop sa galing sa agency. Yung mga senior unit managers natin, for them as of the moment, si SUM Edith Prado, SUM Claribel Andoy, SUM Francis Quizon, and SUM Billy Giga. Meron na yung kanya-kanyang organization din na preparing themselves for them.
They operate na kumaga on their own, like they as a team na talaga.
At saka ito naman, yung mga ibang ano nila, yung manager, nag-recruit na din, nag-develop ng na-appoint na rin na manager. Tulad ni, ito si unit manager Yuki Anyora. Meron na siyang isang appointed na
Parang downline.
unit manager, so parang na-apply niya. Then si Villar Mother, ito si, sa case ni Mang Claribel, merong 4. Si sa case ni Francis Quizon, pero sa ang bagong na newly appointed na UM, ang kanyang isang UM, meron na recruit na another UM, si Mian Rosililla, and then yung isang recruited na UM, si Risa Maridilda, naka-recruit na din, naka-appoint na isang buwan.
So tuloy-tuloy, sir. No, not just recruitment, but leader development.
Kaya ang ano talaga dito, trust is recruitment at same time leader development. Develop talaga tayo ng mga leaders. Marami tayo pwede para ma-accelerate natin. Now, ito naman, guiding principle din natin sa agency. Sabi natin, some leaders influence their people to believe in their leaders. Now, what we believe in, what we are practicing here in our agency is other leaders influence their people to believe in themselves. That is empowerment.
Right.
Bibigyan na sila ng pagkakataon na i-harness lahat yung hindi lang magawa para sa kanyang organization. Binibigyan na sila ng opportunity to grow more by empowering them, by trusting them that they have the ability
Right.
to manage their own managers.
So then, that's the history of Davao Evangelist Agency. We saw that you started sa beginnings talaga with the unit manager number anim, no? Up to like now more than 35 unit managers. Now, yung role po ninyo as an agency manager, ano na, no, now that gano'n na kalaki ang organization. And I'm talking about what are the activities of the agency that you still continue doing.
Siguro, we have to acknowledge no, meron din kami mga pain points na video
Yes.
challenging sa agency until na hindi pa namin na-correct. And we are really trying to work it out. Una-una, mahina kami sa activation.
Yes.
Aside ng ating CEO, si Boss Melinda, yun talaga ang area na dapat i-address. Mahina kami sa activation. We have the number of manpower, yet because ang aming activation mag-range lang between 18% to 20%. Masyadong yun lang na-achieve natin na KNG. Tapos sinayad kanina, Boss Melinda, na what if na-increase lang yun. Naging 30%. Just imagine,
Mas malaki yung-
responding ANP
Right.
will be delivered. Yun ang area na ina-address natin ngayon. Pinocorrect natin yan. Makita natin yung mga practices namin ngayon ginagawa na non-negotiable. For example,
Non-negotiable.
non-negotiable ito. Every monthly weekly, we do our case session. No? And usually, ang attend ito, we occupy the 2 rooms sa Congress, yung training room natin sa second floor. Meron niya mga minimum 20. Sometimes we have
Every week.
every Monday yan.
Do
Weekly.
you also attend the sessions?
Kasi meron din mga packet ng mga A-session.
Yes.
No, mga initiative ng mga leaders natin. Pero yung pinaka-major natin na A-session na ang tinatawag namin is Monday Ace Habit. Ang tawag natin yan. Will be attended by members of the agency force, particularly Davao Base.
Right.
Meron tayo sa Digos, senior unit manager
Nearby na.
doon sa Tagum, senior unit manager Andoy.
And this is the monthly leaders na. So aside from the A-session, meron din kayong regular
Meron kami
monthly
regular-
meetings.
Every afternoon naman, meron tayong regular na huddle na facilitated by our BDF. Siya talaga nag-invite sa amin. By the way, meron pa rin isang grupo doon sa Surigao, which is handled by our senior unit manager, Edith Prado.
Yes.
So, kasi senior unit manager, Francis Quezon is based sa Davao. So itong namin, activity namin, meron kaming emphasize about values formation because we know you become a very effective career people in this industry, in this career mo sa hindi lang about yung magiging effective ka sa practice mo o practice ng profession. Hindi lang about methodology, methods, about strategy, about mga technology, about approaches. Meron din isang area na equally important, yung values.
Right.
Doon natin kukunin yung resiliency, values, integrity, yung consistency and determination. Yun ang dapat na isa sa pinaka-importante din. Kasi no matter how skillful you are, o no matter how connected you are, meron kang high-end na influence. Pero kung mahina ka naman, madali kang ma-discourage. Isang reflection
The core values.
wala na, worry, core values natin.
You would easily give up.
Then meron din tayong mga regular na skill building na workshop. Ang pinaka-recent natin na taga-taga na rin was handled by Coach Mariel. Regularly we ask, together with the ESG team, sila nagtulong sa amin ng facility para mas ma-enhance talaga leadership skill, recruitment ability, upang team. Ito, so, now we have our regular agency.
Ito yung sinasabi ninyo na monthly.
Yeah.
Right.
So, i-recognize namin, meron kaming monthly recognition sa mga member na agency force na qualified sa mga performance. Saka ang team namin, may iba, meron Everyana, meron military, meron iba't ibang mga.
Talaga ito yung sinasabi ni Miss Ana, one of the ways that you keep your agency members happy, di ba? The fun part of it.
Meron talagang fellowship, kita sila. Kasi sometimes sa dami nila, hinang kakilala sila. Kung walang mga ganitong gathering, this is one opportunity na magkita-kita.
Right.
Especially na medyo spread
Interact.
out.
Interact with students. And of course, your annual awards.
Awards. Ganito. This is one example. Okay, so now, hindi lang yung mga during happy moments na nire-reach out natin yung mga member na agency for even during mga sad moments.
Right.
During the time when is either the member of the agency force or family or relative passed away, kailangan nandun yung agency consoling them, comforting them, providing financial assistance. Then, telling them during those mga moments na kailangan nila ang shoulder they can lean on, nandun yung agency. To show telling na kasama tayo. So, ganun ang isa sa talagang binibigyan natin ng pansin. Importante sa atin masyado yan. Meron tayong maraming ay hindi namatay. Nandun mag-lead talaga yung agency natin dyan sa pagkakuha sa ating mga sino yung naiwan. And we have to acknowledge ito lahat ng support that actually our agency is truly responding to all the support that the company has provided. We really, from the bottom of our heart, we really appreciate it very much. Kasi nakatulong talaga sa mga efforts namin, agency development. Lahat ng mga initiatives na i-provide ng kumpanya during the time, especially the time of COVID. Merong mga ano dito na i-provide. And andito naman lahat po. But I have to take special mention about the support na i-provide ng yung backup talaga ng mga departments ng kumpanya. And principally, ang pinakauna yung ESG. Kapartner talaga namin, nagtulong sa amin, sa lahat ng naging mga ano. So we have to recognize her, yung na-assign sa amin ng DDM, no, si Ms. Feliz. Ms. Feliz, maraming salamat.
Very strong partnership
Hanggang na family talaga yan.
with ESG.
And then, of course, Ms. Bay, De La Cruz. Parating naman dito sa amin na kahit na anong kan, basta merong mga kailangan gawin, reminding us sa aming mga responsibility, and of course, operation and underwriting.
What is this, sir?
Okay, all of these efforts na ginagawa natin, which naman really is working it out para ma-achieve yung mga goal natin, hindi yan maging possible kung wala ito.
Yeah.
Sa amin doon, we regularly hold mass, Thanksgiving mass. Ang pattern namin dito is because I remember ang UN office natin, every day nag-hold ng mass before. So, in 2007, that was the time when I was reappointed.
Right.
Na I asked the management that we will allow to hold a mass. So faithfully every month from that time on in 2007 until now. Just today we celebrated again another Thanksgiving mass doon at 1:30. By the grace of God, na-continue namin. Kasi we really have to ask the Lord because He is the source of everything, the God of all creation. We cannot do anything. We are only steward. Dito sa atin, ano ba sa Tagalog yung piniyalan? Pinagkatiwalaan. Pinagkatiwala sa atin, yung buhay natin, trabaho natin, everything belongs to Him. So,
And that very strong faith, isa sa mga naging directions ninyo, right? All throughout this.
Ano pa ang plano? Nalalaman namin kung ano man na-achieve ng agency ngayon, we believe that the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. So we have to keep climbing.
What does that mean, keep climbing? What's next? What's next for you this 2024? May goal pa ba, Sir Hen?
Actually, pinag-usapan namin with our ASG team leaders, no? This month, or particularly this month of July, kasi nakita namin activation very low.
Yes.
We only managed to have an 18%.
18%
activation rate
Right.
against the population of the agency. And I remember pretty well, 2 years ago, when Mr. William Lim visited Davao, tinanong ko kasi siya, sabi ko sa kanya, kasi Malaysia based siya. Sabi ko, Mr. Lim, doon ba sa Malaysia, ano ba ang pinakamalaking agency dito in terms of manpower? Ang sabi ni Mr. William Lim, ang pinaka-capital is 300. Kaya 300 manpower.
Right.
During that time, 300 pa kami.
Yes.
Pare-pareho pala na agency, yes. Ang next na question ko is, how much ENP they were able to generate in 1 year? Kasi during that time, naka 100 billion na tayo. No?
Right.
Ang sabi niya, to be honest, yung 300 na manpower na yun, they are generating an average of 1 billion a year.
Billion.
Billion. In peso. No?
Oh, wow.
So which means, pareho ang number ng manpower, pero sila, 1 billion, tayo dito, 100 billion. So, sa atin yung parang banner, milestone na, pero very line, malayo pa pala. Tapos nagtanong, bakit ganun? Sabi niya, yung activity ratio niyo. Dito, sa inyo, they are only averaging around mga, sometimes 15, 18 activity ratio. Activation rate. Which medyo deliver 100 billion. Sa kanila, activation rate nila is 90% up.
90.
90%.
So that's your goal now.
Siguro hindi pa possible yan ngayon. Pero we are really working it out because last May we were able to hit 25%.
Oh, wow. From your average of 18%.
Ganun. So, yun, tuloy-tuloy ang programa. Kaya nga, keep climbing.
Yes.
Lahat ng mga matrix na gusto natin iiwan, particularly, there are two challenges. Number one, activation rate. Number two, consistency.
And it's good that you're aware.
Kaya, admittedly, ayun ang ating nire-remind natin. And we are really trying hard to work it out by the grace of God. And we will learn, especially sa testimony kanina, yung sharing ni Manager Ana about the performance of their Starbright. Very quality business. Quality manpower, quality everything, very something that we have to really emulate and then follow.
I even remember the time Starbright was really your guiding star. Like, I want to be a a star bright type of agency. And,
Para
yun.
during that time, start with parating number 1, kami nasunod.
Yes. Thank you very much. Can we wish Sir Henry all the best in this journey to a 90% activation rate? It's good to know with an agency as big as Davao Evangelista, di ba? The biggest in manpower, meron pa rin goal na challenging, no? And I guess that keeps the fire burning for Sir Henry. So all the best to the agency, Sir Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Man.
Do you have questions for Sir Henry? I guess may mga takeaways kayo doon, di ba? Ako like personally, one takeaway is aside from recruitment, very aggressive leader development. Di ba? And it had a direct impact sa recruitment, of course sa A&P. Di ba? Do you have questions for Sir Henry? Yes, ma'am. Over there, right at the far side of the...
Alright, thank you.
Unit Manager Slochi. Hi, Sir Henry. Thank you for your heartwarming and impactful sharing.
Pleasure.
I'm Slochi. I'm Sloch from Antonio Associates. I'm actually one of the newest Phoenix under Phoenix program. I came from a different company. And my question is, number one, you mentioned about engagement. How do you keep your people engaged? Because definitely that's one best factor in order to keep them active and visionary at the same time. Secondly, a while ago, I saw that number one, engagement. Number two, I forgot. Nakalimutan. Pwede mong balikan ko after yun.
Yes. Engagements, especially with an agency this big.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you for your question. Actually, parati natin, we always emphasize to our leaders that they have to treat their team in an entrepreneurial spirit. Negosyo mo ito. This is your business. So, alam mo na kung anong gagawin kung meron ka sariling negosyo. Kung meron ka sariling tindahan na maliit, hindi pwede hindi ka mag-gising na maaga. Kasi sariling tindahan mo yun sa sampo sari-sari store. You have to wake up, you have to go to the public market to buy mga items, then you have to work it out everything. No? This is how we treat also our job. Iba lang ang approach, pero ang meaning, yung intention mo, ang pag-manage mo ng time, ang ano mo na, kung i-rely mo dito, especially kung trabaho mo ni-treat mo talaga na full-time, kailangan meron mga katumbas niya na dapat galawin na hindi mo masyado, you don't have to be very, very intelligent to know your responsibility once you accept the appointment as a leader. So, ang engagement actually just follow. Kaya kanina na-mention ni Ma'am Ana, pwede 16 hours no, a day. Pwede naman siguro ganun tayo. No? Kasi kailangan i-balance din natin yung time for family, time for our spiritual upliftment, time for ourselves. So, pero kailangan talaga, pag in terms of our job, our career, meron talaga tayong enough time to see to it. Kasi numbers talaga eh. The more engagement that you make, the more chances of getting businesses. Hindi pwede na yung expect ka na nakarating sa'yo na wala kang ginawa.
Yes. So I guess UM Slogan was talking about the engagement of the advisors. Tama po ba?
Yes, ako.
Okay, engagement of the advisors.
The same pala yung principle kasi it is the responsibility of the leader to orient them and to make them understand that once they accepted this kind of career, alam nila kung anong ginagawa nila. Kasi ano ba yan, basic ba yan? Actually, we will learn that from our training, anong dapat gawin, yung mga pinaka-fundamentals. So the moment na nandito ka, so para na ma-enhance yan, kaya initiative ng leader to come up with mga, say, mga campaign in their own level sa unit. Pero sa sarili mga sales promos, At saka meron din yung klaseng initiative correspondingly ang agency and eventually ang ating company. Kaya ang company natin busog na busog tayo sa mga campaign. Ang question lang is, were we able to respond? No?
Right.
To that offer.
Right.
No? Sa mga promos. Kasi hindi naman lahat actually nag-respond. Responsibility din ng mga leaders yun.
Naibaba sa respective units.
Doon sa mga frontliners.
Thank you, sir.
Maraming salamat.
Very quick po, conversion. You mentioned that you have full-timers. How do you convert them, number one? And then, ano po yung difference ng programs ninyo with full-timers and part-timers? Thank you.
Ang part-timers kasi meron tayong nakalatag na program sa galing sa kumpanya. Ang entry nila is gusto nilang we define it so difficult to resign from their sa present job. Meron tayong program para doon sa NGA.
Right. NGA.
Hindi natin i-offer yun. Kanilang option yun kung gusto nilang mag-full-time. What happened to me is dati ako empleyado, nag-sideline, nagkaroon ng break, nagkaroon ng opportunity, maka-commission, and then actually, I made the decision to become full-time. So actually, judgment call yun sa akin. Similarly, ang mga natin, ibigay lang natin ang kanilang mga possibilities, choices, it's up to them to make that decision. Kasi iba kasi kung sila mag-decide, they have to stand to what they have
Willingly.
what they have decided. Sila mismo, kung sabihin na nag-full-time sila, kailangan talagang supportaan nila yun.
And I guess in your case, the reason why you decided to go full-time is because of your very satisfying experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Nakakuha kayo ng 60,000 eh. I mean, and I guess in the same manner, if ganun yung experience niya, if satisfied siya here, then it's easier for that advisor to decide to go full-time. Tama ba, just like?
Eventually, kung talagang nag-start tayo as part-time, which actually many of us, gano'n naman hindi point dito, magkaroon tayo na realization na if I am earning this much on a part-time basis, how much more if I do full-time?
Correct.
Para kita ka opportunity.
Positioning, proper positioning. Yes, Miss Karen. Thank you, Sir Hen. And
Yes,
Ms.
another
Martin.
question right here.
Yes.
From Agency Manager Cez Menendez.
Sir,
Marces.
ano po ako, saludo po kami sa inyo. Kaya gusto rin marami po kami. Pwede mo ba ang humingi ng tip? Ano po ang binibenta ninyo at gano'n pong kalaki?
Kung ako personally, if you will ask me personally,
Yes.
kasi naging full-time MTRT ako, no, yung the time in 2017, yung akala ko doon na ako, no, sabi ko hindi ko nasayangin ito. So I have to produce personally, at the same time build up that one. Eventually, pag end of that year, I became an MTRT. Dapat kasi merong momentum, pinta ulit. Naging MTRT ulit, so 2 years straight ako naging MTRT. Ngayon, if you will ask me personally, kung ano binibenta ko, karamihan ng money tree. Kasi meron akong access kundi sa high-end.
Hindi po yung mga ahente, kasi meron po kayo 400 ba ahente.
Yeah.
50 lang po yung amin, hindi po namin mapaproduce. So, nagigiyang-giya po kami.
Are you asking what?
Anong binibenta? Parang matuto kami.
The product mix of the
Kasi
agency.
yung 18
Yung ano usually?
Yung 18% na
Yeah.
bumibenta sa inyo, ano ang number 1 at number 2 at number 3 produkto at gano'n po kalalaki?
Kasi meron tayong kunting MTRT. Dati, binibenta na rin talaga PUL sa agency force. Eventually, nung ma-introduce yung A+, meron pa rin tayo mga health and best, no? Pero hindi na natin masyado in-encourage ang PUL rin because of that poor performance for so many years now. Kaya parang na po-compromise, no? Yung agency force natin, especially that they are the frontline. Ako personally, meron na akong experience, galit na galit yung buwan. Kasi what we have presented to them, eventually, actual na, meron na mga time of reckoning, when they ask, magkano na account value, medyo hindi na ba ano sa na nila. Sometimes, lugi ng 30%, mga ganun na scenario. So, to prevent kasi walang makakontrol, hindi natin kailangan mag-recover yung basket. until now, hindi ko siya pinaganda.
So for,
Binibenta yung
Hindi lang pwede
ACP at saka
Meron pa rin, meron.
hindi ko kasi kung iniisip ko na baka po
Kaya nga,
binibenta.
hindi naman ako nito.
Baka po ahente. So ang conclusion ko, ang pinupunta
Ako, pag ino ko palagi.
So parang inaantay kong sagot, eh yung mas mababang premium at saka it's more likely an OL product. But what I'm hearing from you, it's the A+. So it's still an endowment type of business.
Actually, ang portfolio namin ng mga products natin na binibenta ng mga nasa lahat naman. Depende sa needs,
Okay na ako,
depende
Mars.
sa capacity. Lahat. Pero
8:30 AM alis na kayo.
kung pwede, we encourage them to sell guaranteed products. Kasi to prevent mga video natin na ganun klaseng, like we are encountering now, merong mga reklamo, hindi natin kontrolado yun. Kasi kailangan talaga mag-shift tayo sa guaranteed products. Balik tayo sa ordinary life.
Pero A+ po yung sinasabi ko.
But meron mga dati marakas tayo sa BOL. Yun ang karamihan sa mga, pero hindi naman kami masyadong malalaki. We have only quite a number of a handful of mga agents na naging MTRP na nagbibenta ng medyo malalaking product na hindi masyadong karamihan sa amin manager. Marami lang pero maliliit.
marami na maliliit.
Yung po yung gusto ko malaman ano po yung maliliit.
Yun.
What's the case size?
What is it?
What the product is, ito maliliit na to.
What boggles my mind is that I don't have a product that I can sell. They're fantastic. They're living in today's world with our product portfolio and doing a great job of making 100 million. He is amazing. But I can't figure it out.
Right. So number one, as confirmed by BD and Feliz, the 30% of the product mix is A+, ACP, and AIO. Yun yung maliliit. I guess manager says no? ACP, AIO. And then for the top tier advisors, it's the A+. Yun yung product mix ng agency nila. So all guaranteed. Then thank you for that question.
Thank you, Mr. Francis.
Okay. Sige, and
Right there. Sa same side pa rin, Unit Manager Leo Bartolome.
you and Leo. Wala nang tatanong dito sa side na to. Alright. I guess this will be the last question, no?
Right.
For Sir Henry.
Sir Leo.
Hello po, magandang hapon po, Sir Henry. Sir, ako very curious lang ako kasi while listening kanina din sa mga speakers natin like kay Tina, kay UM Tina, tsaka kay AM Ana, isa sa mga na-appreciate ko na mga na-share nila is about making sure that they show up in the office. Like every day, we got a conversation kanina. I'm thinking because grabe sobrang remarkable po yung manpower ninyo. And I'm just so amazed how you were able to handle all of them. I'm thinking po, from pandemic, paano kayo nag-transition ngayon to going back to the office?
Ako, ang regular routine ko in a week's time, actually mga twice lang.
3 times a week.
Pinapunta ako sa opisina. Kasi meron naman tayong mga facility doon. Kung gusto na namin kausapin, meron naman tayong mga virtual na
Right.
yun ang kuhan na ginagawa natin. And I really trusted our mga leaders, that they can handle their own group, their own team.
Nakita mo sa Facebook, mga leader niyo nasa office palagi.
Understanding sa mga units
Sinusubaybay ako yung mga Facebook nun.
handled by a leader, same time na kanya mga sariling advisor. As much as possible, kung meron gusto iparating sa atin, I always advise our leader to settle that.
Sa level po nila.
Sila, they can settle on their own. Kasi very still lang ako nag-interview kung talagang meritorious talaga na kailangan. Kasi I really trusted I really trust our leaders, that they are equally capable of addressing one man ang mga so kailangan sila mismo mag-settle themselves. So, with that, kung ano man mga nila, unless kailangan, nandun ako, yun ang nandun ako during meetings, during merong mga assemblies, or during mga time na merong mga kailangan talaga na natulog, pero more open lang natin sa labas ako. It's either nagpunta ako sa mga client, or nasa bahay ako, naka-station. Ganun.
How are you able to encourage them na magpupunta ng office?
Well, hindi naman lahat nagpunta ng opisina. No? Meron tayong mga leaders na hindi masyadong frequent sa opisina, pero very productive. Because itong situation natin ngayon, talagang sometimes hindi talaga kuha na nasa opisina ka parati. No? Pero mas, kung ako tanungin, mas advantageous talaga yun kung kaya. Pero kung hindi possible, we can still be very, very productive, in our own strategy and style. Pero ang opisina, nandiyan talaga yan to serve our needs sa agency. Especially kung may mga meeting, bigla kung may mga huddle, o mayroong mga mag-receive ng mga prospective yung potential nating candidates para as advisor, or even client himself, pwede ma-arrange doon. Depende po ng mga leaders natin yan. Paano kasi importante kasi yung output.
So options.
Meron tayong maraming regular doon, pero hindi nag-produce.
Right.
Meron ganun din.
So making use of all possible options. No, that works.
Maraming salamat, Sir Henry.
Thank you everyone. No, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat Sir Henry for sharing, and of course all the best sa inyo. Good luck po sa inyong 90% activation rate target for the PDA release.